Hello my friends, it is Friday. Thought I'd start the weekend vlog tonight. We are outside right now getting ready to start our work. I'm gonna put in a clip after this of everything we've been doing. We started working on the yard in the beginning of the week, still working on it. So I filmed a little bit of that, but we are dining al fresco tonight. I will turn you around and show you my dinner. Decided to go easy on myself. I was gonna make this pasta and shrimp dish and then decided it's too nice. I don't really feel like doing it. So I just made some macaroni salad real quick, some deviled eggs real quick, and we threw some brats on the grill. So I'll show you that and then we'll get started on our work. There is dinner. It is a brat from Butcher Box. It's 240 calories. The sauerkraut's like 10 calories. I have to figure this stuff out, but I have not eaten a lot at all today. So this fits well within my points and calorie budget. Looks like the girls realize that we are eating, and here they come. So we are having 2 tons of stone delivered today for the backyard. We're just gonna have it dumped right here in the driveway, and we will haul it back. Okay, 2 tons doesn't look like very much. I have a feeling we're gonna be calling them back and getting a few more tons. We measured, but you know how that goes sometimes. Okay, so this area here, I mean, this usually is on the grass. We just pushed everything out of the way because we mowed yesterday. But this area here used to be all flowers and mulch, and the chickens destroyed it. So we are getting rid of all this, leveling it out, and we are putting all the stone in there just to make it look half decent. This is all just because it was winter time and we tried to keep things close to the house. But that is what all that stone is for. So Doug just went to buy new edging. We're gonna get rid of the railroad ties. He just went to buy new edging. So I am gonna start now working on clearing this area out and pulling up the railroad ties. All the other chickens are running around the yard, but wherever we are, there is Mabel right up next to us. She has got to be in our business. Okay, one wheelbarrow full. So I just laid that. Doug laid all of the edging. So that's all done. We have to keep chasing the chickens out because we're leveling it all out. And we're also replacing the steps, just not today. But all the edging is laid. And we're leveling it out, and we have to keep chasing the chickens away because they keep coming and digging it up again. So we're just gonna keep with the wheelbarrows full of stone, and hopefully we'll be done this in about an hour. Okay, 2 tons of stone moved into place. I think it looks fabulous. Ignore the stuff on the steps. I have to take all that in. This bin, well, not these, they have to go away. This bin has our coop shoes and coop boots in it. We keep just a waterproof bin next to the steps so we can put our boots on, because the boots only go to the coop. So, but I think the stone looks really good. This is our trash can area where the bricks are, but it's trash night, so they're out. And our compost bins, but they're gonna go back here. We extended it a little bit. We're gonna put the compost bins back there and just leave that. So we worked our butts off, but it looks great. Our next project for tomorrow, well, let me show you. These railroad ties, that's what was all around here. So these need to all be cut up and put out for bulk trash pickup. Doug put the hoop coop together. We have not mowed this grass since last, like October, November. So we wanted it to get really high so the meat birds could enjoy eating it down. So it's kind of a hot mess back there. But Doug put the hoop coop together. I just need to clean all this up, and let me show you what we're gonna do tomorrow because it is getting late. We have not had anything to eat today except breakfast, and it is 7 o'clock. Our breakfast kept us super full, and so I just placed these here so we could see them. This area is a total mud pit now from us walking back to the coop. Like, this is where we collect the eggs. So we are gonna lay these pavers here tomorrow, just so we're not standing in mud when we collect the eggs. So there is Miss Dolores. I have a story to tell you about her, but that's for another day. I don't think she's feeling well, but we'll talk about that. Anyway, I got a ton of exercise minutes in today and burned a ton of calories because we had, as you saw, the stone was dumped in the driveway. So I had to shovel it into the wheelbarrow, haul it back here, and between me, Doug, and Andrew, we all worked on it. Andrew, not as much, just because he is studying for his praxis exam. The praxis exam is a teacher exam that he needs to take to be a certified teacher. So he has been studying for that. So he wanted to be out here helping us, but I'm like, when you take breaks, you can come out and help us. So he helped Doug yesterday. Let me show you. Saturday and yesterday morning, you saw, I think, on my weekend vlog, they extended the garden 1 fence length this way. And now tomorrow we are going to extend it 1 fence length this way. So we are, definitely enlarging. Andrew said, Mom, keep making the chicken coop bigger and keep making the garden bigger, because then I won't have as much to mow. So anyway, that was our work for today, and I'll show you what we do tomorrow. Good Saturday morning, my friends. It is Saturday morning. We slept in a little. It was lovely. But now I need to get to work. I have to make a dessert for Pinochle tonight before we go to a track meet. So my brother requested something lemon. So I am making lemon coffee cake. I found it on Pinterest. It looks amazing. I will have a tiny little piece. I'm looking to see, nope, there's no nutritionals on here. I'll have to look on the site. Oh, it's a cake with a cream cheese filling, a lemon curd, and a crumb topping. I do not have lemon curd. Our local grocery store that was right down the street just closed yesterday for good, because they're building a new location about 8 miles away. So there's nothing around. So I'm going to need to make lemon curd. So the recipe actually gives a recipe for lemon curd, but in the description, people are like, it didn't work. This is why, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to use a different recipe for the lemon curd. We'll see what happens. So it is not a calorie-friendly, point-friendly, diet-friendly recipe at all, but I'll show you bits and pieces of it. I'll show you making the lemon curd, because I don't really know if it's going to turn out. Never made it before. First time for everything. Let's give it a try. Okay, so far in my pot, I have 3 large eggs, I have 3/4 cup of sugar, and I have a little bit of lemon zest. It calls for the zest of 1 large lemon. I have a couple medium lemons, so I'm going to use 2 medium lemons. And I'm just going to zest the second one up. Put that in, and then we need a 1/2 cup of fresh lemon juice. Now, I've heard you cannot use bottled lemon juice making lemon curd. I'm hoping I have enough fresh lemons to get enough juice. If not, I do have this bottle. It is pure lemon. It's not like the lemon juice you get in the green bottle or in those little lemon-shaped things. That is from concentrate, and it's got other ingredients in it. This is pure lemon, not from concentrate. The only ingredient is organic lemon juice. So if I have to supplement a little bit of that, I will. But right now, I'm going to go and juice all the lemons I have and see how much we come up with. Okay, so we've got our 3 eggs, our lemon zest, God bless you.
Thank you.
Our 3/4 cup of sugar, our 1/2 cup of lemon juice. I did have more than enough lemons. I still have like 2 or 3 left. We also need a pinch of salt. And we're going to need 4 tablespoons of butter, diced, but not yet. So it says to put everything in the pan. Oh, my whisk must be dirty. I use this one. And whisk the ingredients together until smooth before you even put on the heat. So we're gonna whisk them up. Then we're gonna place over low heat, stirring constantly with a wooden spoon until the mixture thickens, about 4 to 5 minutes. Then we're gonna turn it all the way to low and add the butter, stir it until smooth, and it's done. Okay, I think that is pretty good. All the ingredients are smooth. So let's get this over to the stove on low. Okay, so I have it on low and it says to stir it constantly. This is gonna be a trial for me, my friends, because I am very impatient. But I am going to do what it says. I am going to follow the directions because I really, really need this to be successful. So I'm just going to stand here and stir for a while and hopefully be back to show you some beautiful thick lemon curd. I just said to Doug, oh my gosh, this is actually working. And he said, did you really have a doubt? And well, you know, when you make something for the first time, you wonder, but look how nice and thick that's becoming. So yay. I did taste it. It's a little tart, but lemons are tart, right? So it is what it is. I'm just not quite sure how thick to actually make this, like how long to keep stirring. I mean, I need to be able to spread it, so I guess a little bit thicker. We will see. Okay, I looked it up and it says it needs to bubble and coat the back of a spoon, which it's doing, and it will set up upon cooling a little bit thicker. So now I'm going to turn the heat all the way to the lowest setting, and I'm going to put in our 4 tablespoons of butter. And I'm going to stir that in until it melts. And then one thing it did not say in the recipe, but it said in the notes, was to strain it through a mesh sieve. And that way, any little chunks of possibly cooked egg will be strained out and you will be left with a smooth and silky curd. So we are going to go that extra step just to see if we can make this absolutely perfect. Okay, our butter is all melted. So now we're just going to strain it out. Okay. You know what? She's right. I can see a little chunks of egg white in there. So I am so glad I went back and read the blog notes and that I am doing this step, because if you're going to take the time to make something, you might as well take the time to make it right. But I will say, this took under 10 minutes. And it was super duper easy. So I will definitely, as long as it tastes good, I will definitely make this again. And I was going for easy, so I picked the recipe off of Pinterest that said easy. Oh yeah, look at that. Can you see the little bits of egg white in there? Okay. There we have it. Our beautiful, oh my goodness, silky smooth lemon curd. I am going to, It says to, you know, put it in a jar, and it makes just shy of 2 cups, 16 servings, and 74 calories per serving. So not bad at all. But I am just going to push this to the side and let it cool a bit, then put it in the fridge to cool completely while I get started on the cake. Okay, next up, we just had to prepare our pan. It's an 8 by 8 by 2 baking dish lined with parchment paper and sprayed with a non-stick spray. So we're just going to set that aside, and we're going to get started on the next thing, which is to make the crumb topping. Okay, so for the crumb topping, we've got 2/3 cup of flour, a dash of salt, 3 tablespoons of light brown sugar, 5 tablespoons of sugar, and then we're going to add in 4 tablespoons of melted butter. It also calls for a dash of salt, but I'm using salted butter, so I didn't bother. And then we're just going to stir that together until it's a crumbly topping, like pea-sized little pieces. And then once that's combined, we're going to set it aside in the fridge while we make the next 2 layers. This is a very, very decadent cake. And you can tell it's decadent because it's made in such a small pan. It's made in the 8 by 8 pan, and you're supposed to cut that into 16 pieces, which Doug said, no, I think 9 would be good. He wants a big old piece, but it's supposed to be cut into 16 pieces, so we will see. Okay, there is our crumb topping. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. We're going to just put that in the fridge to sit until we are ready for it. And we are going to move on to our cake layer. Okay, the first thing we're going to do for the cake is I have 6 tablespoons of softened butter in my mixer. I'm going to let that cream for 1 minute. And then we're going to add in the sugar and beat that until it's creamy. Then we're going to add in lemon zest. Just the zest from 1 lemon. And then vanilla and eggs. So let's get this started creaming while I get my other stuff together. Okay, the sugar is in there, and that's creamed together. Now I'm going to add 2 eggs, teaspoon of vanilla-ish, and the zest of 1 lemon. I'm going to mix that until it's nicely combined. Okay, next we're going to add in 3/4 cup of sour cream. Okay, once that was all combined, I added in 1½ cups of all-purpose flour, a teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And I am going to just mix this in until it's all combined. Okay, our next step is to take half of our cake batter and spread it into our pan. Ideally, I would have weighed this to figure out half, but I didn't. So we're going to eyeball it. It'll be fine. I need to grab an offset spatula. I want to get this nice and spread out. So you just want to make sure that your cake goes all the way to the edges and the corners. Like I said, you have to be careful with the parchment paper in there because that can make it a little deceiving. Sorry for all the noise in the background. Mr. Doug is making us breakfast because we shouldn't have slept in until 7:30 this morning because we are running a bit behind schedule already. This is a pain in the butt. I'm not gonna lie. It's gotta be an easier way. I'm wondering if we really needed the parchment paper. I mean, we're supposed to lift the cake out. I guess that's why, but I don't know why you couldn't keep it in the pan. But whenever I try a new recipe, I do try to follow it exactly the first time. Okay, that's gonna be good enough. This cake is for our family. It's not going anywhere. It doesn't have to be perfect. Well, I'd like it to be. The next thing we're gonna do is spread 1 cup of the lemon curd over top of this layer. But we don't wanna take it all the way to the edges because it could burn. My lemon curd is probably not yet thick enough, but I gotta go with it because, like I said, we're on a time crunch. And this is gonna end up spreading out because it's not quite thick enough. Let's see. Okay. Actually, no, it's pretty good. And then we are going to put the rest of the cake batter right on top. This could get a little tricky. Yeah, this could get a little tricky. Okay, it's spread over. The curd is pushing out. God only knows what's gonna happen, but we're gonna just keep moving. Next thing we need is the cream cheese layer. So I'm gonna set this aside and we are going to make our cream cheese layer. Okay, for our cream cheese frosting, I've got 8 ounces of cream cheese, 1 egg, 4 tablespoons of sugar, and some vanilla. We're just gonna beat that up. I will have this recipe and the lemon curd recipe that I used linked in the description box below. This will not be on my website. It is too long for me to type out and I'm not changing anything. So let's get this beat up. Okay, our cream cheese layer is done. So I am just going to pour that over the batter. Okay, I think I see why they say to cut this into 16 pieces. It's gonna be really, really, really rich. Okay, out to the sides, into the corners. This parchment paper is a pain in the behind. Okay, now we are going to take our crumb topping, break it up a little bit. And we're gonna just sprinkle that on top, nice and as evenly as you can. Okay, finally it's going in the oven. We are gonna put this puppy in a 350-degree oven for 45 to 55 minutes. It said that if the crumb topping starts getting too brown, to tent it with a piece of foil. So what I'm gonna do is set the timer for 30 minutes and check it then. So we'll see, my friends, we will see. We're gonna be gone. Okay, cake's in the oven, so sitting down to breakfast. I have a 2-egg omelet. It's 2 eggs. In there, I have some sauteed mushrooms, a 1/4 ounce of raw milk cheddar cheese, and a 1/2 ounce of chopped ham. Just using stuff in the fridge. And I have a sourdough English muffin, one of the ones I made. It's so weird. This side got really, really done, and this side didn't. Never seen that happen before. But anyway, I have that with a 1/4 teaspoon of butter on it. And that is going to be my breakfast. And of course, I have a cup of tea. Doug has the same thing with coffee. And he is working on the Wordle. I already got. Okay, here it is, fresh out of the oven. I don't know. I don't know, we'll see. It's supposed to be in the pan to cool for 30 minutes, and then you use the parchment paper to pull it out and let it cool the rest of the way. But, so it's gonna have to, ooh, my hair, I had a hat on. So it's gonna have to stay in the pan longer than 30 minutes, but I really think that'll be okay. We are heading out now to the track meet. Adam is not racing, I told you, because of his tendon behind his knee. It's slowly getting better. I just hope he's okay for MAC championships. Hear all those sirens? The Little League parade is today. It's opening day of Little League season. Then we have a parade through town of all the teams. Just came out to check on the girls. See how Dolores is doing. Still hanging in there. What was I gonna say? Oh, so we're gonna go see Bella run, and probably Devin and Paul and Dom. We're not gonna stay the whole time because we need to do some stuff this afternoon. I don't know if I told you, Andrew is in New York today. Actually Connecticut for the whole weekend. He went to visit Anne and her family for the weekend. This is the first time he's meeting them. So we will see. He said they're so nice. They are in New York City for the day today. Anne lives in Connecticut. Hi, baby. I'm sorry. Pissed off a chicken. Anne lives in Connecticut. And Anne loves New York City. So they are in New York City today. She lives right over the border. I came out and grabbed eggs and didn't bring anything to take them back in. Guess I'll have to use my shirt, which means I need to use both hands. Doug did get the garden all done last night and got all the irrigation hoses laid. So that looks phenomenal. I cannot wait. We're gonna get the onions in today. We didn't get to that last night. Right here are the 3 rows of potatoes. So yeah, it's time. I can't wait. This is the exciting time, getting it all planted, and then you just want it to grow, grow, grow. So anyway, we have to plant the onions and finish the landing pad. Oh, that cloud does not look good. It is supposed to rain today, but hopefully not while we're at the meet. Anyway, I'm babbling. I got to get these eggs in, and we got to get out of here so we get there in time for Bella's race. When you don't think about coming out to collect eggs, you just wanted to check on the chickens, but then you collect eggs, you don't have your egg apron on, or you don't have a basket with you, you just make do. We have arrived, and I see some favorite faces. Okay, here is Bella's race. Adam told me she was probably going to run around noon. It's now 2 o'clock. She is in the lead right now in her heat, but everybody is really close together. There she is in the white shirt. And now I'm going to start screaming. Sorry. Go, Bella! Come on, Bella! And there is Coach Adam on the sidelines. And here she comes down the home stretch. Well, we didn't get any more footage of us saying goodbye to them because they cleared the stadium. There was lightning within 10 miles of the stadium, so they were finishing up the women's 800 and they kicked everybody out. So we gave quick hugs to Adam and Bella, said goodbye. They have to go either to the bus or in the building. But Bella made me something. It is so cute. Look, she made me, this is called a decade rosary. It is, I mean, if you're Catholic, you know, a rosary is 5 decades of beads with different beads in between. This is a 1 decade rosary. So it's a lot smaller to hold and use, and you can just do it over and over again. So that was so incredibly sweet of her. Oh, I just love her so much. I hope it lasts for a very long time. Anyway, that is it. We're going to head home. We're not going to wait around for any weather to stop because they need you have to have a full half hour after the last lightning strike within 10 miles. It could be hours. We've dealt with this so many times with swim team, outdoor swim team. So we know what it's like. Oh my goodness, I'll never forget one swim meet. It was just downpouring, and if it's raining, you swim. If it's thunder and lightning, you don't. Well, it was just raining and it was downpouring, and I mean downpouring. Well, then about, I don't know, what was it, about an hour into the meet?
Yeah.
It started thunder and lightning. So we had to shut down the meet and wait a half hour. We were at 28 minutes and there was another lightning strike. So they shut down the meet. We were at 26 minutes and there was another lightning strike. And then it happened again. I think
we were there till 4 o'clock that day.
I was just gonna say, we usually meets are over by 11:30 or 12 o'clock. We were at this club until, Doug thinks it was around 4. It was definitely at least 4 o'clock. Oh my gosh, it was crazy.
And the meet starts at 9 a.m.
Yes, and the meet starts at 9. So anyway, that's that. So we are heading home now. On our way here, we saw an Amish market, and I think they're open till 4 and it's only 2:15. So we're gonna check that out before we head home. So I will show you that, or show you what we buy. Okay, this is much bigger than our market, but it's the exact same, like owners of the bakery, exactly the same as ours. I should buy something in case my cake didn't turn out. But he's been out of it for 2 weeks, so. Corn looks beautiful. This produce is beautiful. Look how nice the asparagus looks and the mushrooms. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that would match my winter kitchen so well. Oh my goodness. I absolutely love that. Bet if I tried hard enough I could make it, but I won't. Bad vlogger alert. Oh my gosh, never picked up the camera. Never picked up the camera. So we got home from the track meet and fell asleep. We took a nap. We did. And then got up and went to my brother's. He made meatloaf, mashed potatoes, asparagus, and honey glazed carrots for dinner. And then I made that dessert. It was okay. I didn't love it.
I did. I liked it.
I liked it. I didn't love it. I overcooked it a little bit, I think. What else? Then we played Pinochle, which Joey and I. We lost 3 out of the 4 games. Once again, no cards. I had one hand that was amazing. If you know Pinochle, we play airport where you pass cards. I had 100 aces, a run, and double Pinochle. 56 points in meld alone. So that was the best hand all night. But we had a good time. We are exhausted. It is 1 o'clock in the morning. And we're going to 7:30 Mass tomorrow. We both have ministries tomorrow at 7:30. We have to leave here by like 6:45. I have to wash my hair in the morning, so we're going to be up super duper early. And then as soon as Mass is over, we have to go to Chuck E. Cheese, like I said, I think I said that. Or did I say it on my menu? I don't know. But anyway, it is Mr. Jack, you know, my little guy. It is his birthday party tomorrow, him and his sister Belle. And their birthday party is at Chuck E. Cheese. So that is where we will be at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, from 9 to 11. Not sure we're going to stay the whole time. And then we're going to come home and do some outside work. So that's that. I'm going to bed. Actually, I'm going to feed my sourdough and then I'm going to go to bed. So I will see y'all in the morning. Good morning, friends. It is Sunday. I feel like we just put the camera down because, yeah, by the time we got home, got the chickens to bed, feed and watered the baby chicks, and kind of just decompressed. Oh my gosh, I don't think I went to sleep. I don't know. It was like, oh, it was almost 2. I was just wide awake. Because actually I was texting with Kim and she's like, girl, what are you doing up? I'm like, yeah. And then I had a horrible nightmare last night and was up. So I probably got about an hour and a half sleep. That's it. And I'm going to be going to Chuck E. Cheese with like 5 million 3 through 8 year olds this morning. Yeah, we have a lot of work to do outside, and I really should do a lot of kitchen work today. We are out of English muffins almost. We are out of bread almost. We're out of bagels. So I should probably spend a lot of time cooking, but I don't know what's going to happen. We will play it by ear. It is intensely foggy this morning. Like, you can't see 2 feet in front of you, which makes me nervous. What else? I guess that's it. So we are, like I said, going to 7:30 Mass. It's before 7 now. And then we have the party, but I have to stop at Target, which is right near where the party is, to grab a gift card for one of the gifts. Jack wanted blue boots for his birthday. That is what he told me. He wanted blue boots. So I jumped on Amazon and ordered blue boots, but unfortunately they won't be here until this afternoon. Yeah, so it is what it is. After we're done at Chuck E. Cheese, we have a lot to do at home, but I'm gonna ask this guy if we can make a quick pit stop. He won't say no to me. I want to go to Best Buy. We have, I have the screen protector on my phone. I buy one of those, I think they're called a Zag Shield. Is that right? Anyway, when I bought it, it has a lifetime guarantee. I am hard on my phone. I am not gonna lie, I am hard on my phone. And I constantly crack the screen protector, and they replace it for free because it is a lifetime guarantee. So I want to swing by Best Buy and get the screen protector replaced, if he'll allow me.
I suppose.
I'd really like to go to the mall, but I'm not going to push my luck. I think I just have Jack on Tuesday this week, so maybe Jack and I will go shopping. I just want to get 1 or 2 pair of shorts, we'll see, and a couple new shirts. But that's that. I'm going to let you go because I've been yipping long enough. I will try to show you some clips of the party. It might be hard because, you know, I don't want to get little kids on there, so we'll see. Anyway, I'll be back. We are out of church. We are changed into our party clothes, which is just a t-shirt and capris, denim capris, and Doug is in, oh, you can't see it. Can you see it? Can you see it? No. Duncan getting us some liquid energy for this morning. And then I'm going to run over to Target and grab a gift card, and then we are going to hit Chuck E. Cheese. The party starts in about 15 minutes, so it should be about perfect timing for us. Here are 2 of my little guys, Finn and Jack, fighting the fire, having a good old time. Let me tell you, Mr. Tug's having a good time at Chuck E. Cheese, too. We are done. That was craziness. But a lot of fun. I mean, when we were getting ready to leave, Jack's like, don't leave. I'm like, buddy, I'll see you in less than 24 hours. It's fine. So Now we are going to head out to, are we going to stop at Home Depot or not? Your call.
Lowe's. Doesn't matter.
Oh, no, it doesn't matter to me. Whatever one you like better. We're replacing our back steps. So we want to price out what we want to do. We want to replace their wood right now, and they just need to be replaced. We want to replace them with Trex deck steps. So we just want to price that out and get an idea of what it's going to be. And then we have to run down to Tractor Supply, which is in the opposite direction.
Which I might let you do yourself.
Oh. Did you hear that? He's going to let me go to Tractor Supply by myself. He doesn't let me go to Tractor Supply by myself this time of year.
Wait a second. That might not be a good idea.
Why?
Because you might come home with something alive. Although, if I turned my phone off, nah, she wouldn't.
Here's my thought. It's better to ask for forgiveness than it is permission.
That's what I'm afraid of.
100%. I passed up some silver-laced Wyandottes the other day at Tractor Supply, and it nearly killed me. It is a breed I do not have. It is a breed I want. If they have them again, those babies are coming home with me. So maybe he will go to Tractor Supply with me. We have to get medicine for Dolores. She is not doing well, so we're gonna try giving her some, it's called selenium, and see what happens. So anyway, that's where we're heading now. Always something going on. Okay, I am beyond excited. So last year we grew a variety of grape tomato called a Juliet grape tomato, and we absolutely loved them. I got them from Azure. Actually, it was someone who did not pick up their order. And when someone does not show up to pick up their Azure order, they sell the things to the people there at a discount. So I bought them thinking, I always need more plants. They were the best grape tomatoes ever. They're called Juliet tomatoes. They're bigger than a regular grape tomato, but smaller than a plum tomato. We just absolutely loved them. Well, we have not been, Azure did not have them this year. I haven't been able to find them. So when we went to Lowe's, I said, you know what? I'm going to go in the garden center. And I'm just going to look. You never know. Oh my gosh, they had them. I was so excited. So we got 3 plants. We generally get all of our plants from a local greenhouse, but I am not taking the chance because he has never had these. So I am super duper excited to have them. It's way too early to put them out in our zone, so we are going to just leave them in the house. I'll put them out during the day when it's nice and bring them in at night. But super duper excited about that. And we bought a new little trowel because we needed that. We looked at the Trex decking for the steps. Doug's gonna have to take some measurements and go online and kind of figure out exactly what we need and how we're gonna do it. So that will definitely be a project, like not a today project. I mean, that's gonna be a little bit, you know, in the weekends to come probably. Time will be a little bit shorter because he'll be starting school again on Tuesday, and it's going to be a really tough semester, but we'll get it done. So no hurry. A little bit of a hurry because our steps need to be replaced, but at least we have some steps right now, so that's all good. Now we are heading down to Tractor Supply to grab that medicine and then home to get to work. Can you guess where we are? Oh, look what I see. But I don't hear any Cheap Cheeps. We came to get some medicine for Dolores, but you know, oh no, I don't think they have any Cheap Cheeps. Nope, no Cheap Cheeps. Doug's lucky. Okay, we are home and we are going to get changed and get ready to go outside and work. Just wanted to show you this funky egg that we got. Look at the shape. It looks like a torpedo. It's like, every once in a while this happens. It's not strange or odd. I mean, this here, let me show you. Let's see if I can hold both of them. I'll put the phone down. See, normal eggs, torpedo egg. Every once in a while, somebody has a little misstep. I want to show you the shirt that I got at Tractor Supply. How cute is that? It was my consolation present because the only chickens they had at Tractor Supply were straight run bantams. Straight run means they are not pre-sexed, so it can be boys or girls. Don't want any boys. And bantams are smaller versions of popular breeds. I don't want bantams. So no chicks. So Doug said my consolation prize was the t-shirt. He's really, really glad that I got a t-shirt. So we're going to get changed and head outside to get to work. Okay, Mr. Doug is working on planting the onions. And as you can see, he's got plenty of supervision. Mabel was right up in his face. Not very happy that she couldn't get in the garden. So instead, they went over to the grass pile. All that needs to be taken out to trash. That is all just trash. We reuse our feed bags to put like yard trash and stuff in. I am still working on the landing pad here. I've got 5 out of 9 laid. I will get this done today, and I also have some supervision. And I wonder why I can't get anything done. This is where I'm trying to lay the next paver, but no, they see fresh dirt and they are there to get the weeds and the worms and all the other good stuff. Okay, the landing pad is done. I'll show you when I go back in the backyard. This is next up. Ugh, all this weeding. I think we need to get another load of rocks and fill this in more, definitely. But the delivery fee on the rocks is ridiculous. So I wish we would have thought it out a little bit better, but this is where I'm going to be sitting for the next probably half hour and listening to the Phillies game. Okay, so the landing pad is done. It just needs to be swept off and hosed off and everything. That will be the absolute last thing. Doug is mowing the lawn right now, so I don't want to get anything wet while he's doing that. All the girls are away. Garden is, I went and hand weeded all around the potatoes, except down there I kept kind of caving in, so I'll just figure that out later. All the hoses are laid, and we checked the irrigation system. All the onions are planted right here. Almost done out here. I'm going to go in and get some stuff done in the house. And I'm not sure if I showed you the finished product. I'm not going to show you down that way because there is so much stuff that has to go out for trash from the garden and everything. But we put all the stones along here. Now, we have everything from the yard moved up here because we had to mow the lawn. Like, this doesn't belong here. But I think the stones look really, really nice. And they're just extra ones from back at the coop. So, super duper happy with it. Happy with the garden expansion. We put the swing over here for now because it's just too close over there where it used to be, but we're probably going to move it over there once we get that back corner cleaned out because the meat birds are going to be there and we really don't want to be near the meat birds. So anyway, that was all of our work over the last several days, and we are really happy with it. Okay, sitting down to eat. I have a 4-ounce New York strip steak. I have some roasted asparagus, and I have a baked potato with sour cream on there. And I also have some steak Diane sauce I have not put on yet. This is my dinner tonight. My friends, that is going to do it for me for this weekend. Another weekend done and dusted. This guy just got home from Connecticut, so we're talking to him to hear about how his weekend was with Anne and her family, and yeah, and he's back to school tomorrow, well, back to teaching tomorrow, and he has some very, very exciting news. I don't know, did I tell you? I don't know if I told you or not. If I told you, you're going to hear it again. You want to tell him?
Sure. I passed my praxis for high school.
So what is praxis?
Praxis is the teacher exam that someone has to take to be able to be a teacher in any state in the United States.
A certified teacher.
Yes, certified. So in New Jersey, once you pass, you get your provisional license for 2 years. Then once you are done with for 2 years, you can get your actual license.
I had no idea there was a provisional license. See what I don't know? I mean, basically, yes, he has this degree in education. but without this, it's like if you were a nurse, like you have your degree in nursing, but until you take your nursing boards, you can't work. So that's kind of how this is. Mostly for public schools, as long as you have your education degree, you can work in private schools generally. So anyway, very exciting news here. He took that on Friday morning, and it's instant read or instant grade. He took the history, social studies one. He is going to take the middle school one next, just to kind of pad his resume a little bit, and who knows. So anyway, good news here. But that is it. I am like covered in dirt. I need a shower so bad. So I am going to go get a shower. I am going to crawl into bed. It's only 8 o'clock. I'm going to read a little bit. I'm going to play the mini. I already did the Wordle. I'm going to play the Octurtle. Another new obsession. And that's it. So thank you so much for joining me this weekend. Next weekend, things got all messed up. We're not going away. I think I told you that yesterday in my menu plan, like the reasons behind that. So I will probably bring you along next weekend. We're hoping to take a nice hike on Friday and go out to dinner Friday night for our anniversary. And then Saturday we have the funeral. We're going to lunch with Doug's high school friends. And then we're playing Pinochle Saturday night. And Sunday we'll probably just be catching up on a whole bunch of stuff. So that's the plan. We'll see if it happens. I will talk to you all in my next video.